everyone, and welcome to another episode of Relative Pitch. I'm Michael Brown, joined by my co-hosts Lauren Green and Anthony Morris. Today is our last episode of the season. What a season it has been, let me tell y'all. With school, work, practicing, and this, we've been booked and busy. The definition of booked and busy. But I'm going to pass it off to my lovely co-host to tell you how their season went.
I mean, first of all, I just think it's wild that we were able to not only start, but like continue a podcast during not only a pandemic, but while me and Michael started graduate school and Anthony started a whole job. Okay, that's a little like, I think about that a little bit and I go, how in the world were we able to do something like that? You know what I mean? It's maybe coffee. Yeah, absolutely. A little bit of sleep deprivation. Not that we would ever recommend that to anyone, but it did happen just a little bit.
And then Anthony's favorite word, libations.
Libations.
I definitely have taken upon myself to create some very unique libations. Yeah, that's really it. And like, but it's all been out of like from a healthy point. Okay, it's not like, we out here down in a bottle or anything. But
you cannot be, doing all the things that you do with, having something always in your hand. You know what I mean?
Right. So, but it's been a great thing. I'm just so proud of us three for starting this and really, keep going with it. Some of the conversations we've had with our guests and with ourselves, I think we've learned a lot of things from this experience. And who would have ever thought from our 2-hour-long conversations through COVID would turn into something of this caliber? I mean, people are like, oh my gosh, your podcast, I love listening to y'all, I love this, I love that. I don't think either of us 2 years ago when we were in undergrad, we would have thought this is what we'll be doing. But
absolutely not. Not even a year ago.
Right. Not even a year ago. We would have been like, what? What is going on?
A podcast? What is that? I don't know what that is.
Podcast. Here's the thing. And me podcast? No. I just loved how we have kind of just kept the wheel going. And we're going to keep the wheel going. And hopefully in the future, we'll have more and more and more success.
Yeah.
Speaking of success, let's talk about Titus Underwood's appointment at CCM. I'm going to say it for the people in the back, way back there, his appointment at CCM.
I couldn't think about anyone more deserving for such a position like that. Titus Underwood, I mean, he should have been at everyone's kind of radar for a while, but especially, I don't know, I feel like, he's getting a lot of the recognition that he absolutely deserves. And it's amazing to see, people who look like, like me and Anthony out in the field being more represented. And you still look at statistics about how many African Americans there are in major orchestras around the country. It's still like, what is it? Maybe 2-3%. I think I just read a study on the League of American Orchestras or whatever. It's still sad. Whatever the percentage is, it is very sad. And that number, it doesn't reflect the level of playing of African Americans. It reflects the poor system that is still in place that withholds a lot of these people to get into those fields. And it's still an ongoing conversation. It's something that, we even talked about what Titus mentioned in that one interview that was posted on Classic. Was it Classically? It was one of those, the Facebook sites or groups, but And so it's still an ongoing conversation. We're still seeing them, but we should be getting to the point where there are numerous Tituses who are out in the field, because we have them, it's like that what Robin even mentioned, like whenever Lizzo said, I want a full Black female orchestra. And they were like, the Grammys were like, is that a thing? Can you get
Black it is a thing.
Females? Like, yeah, you just don't see, that's a problem. So you didn't know that was a thing to start off with. Right. And so again, it's pulling that rug up. It's showing all these organizations who that is their, that's our whole mission, is to highlight and bring more of our people into these fields. Like, it's showing that we're here, we are here. And it's beautiful to see. He'll be joining Damari McGill, who's there. I know there may be a few other professors there, but it's just great to see like these people getting what they deserve, absolutely deserve, probably deserved a hot minute ago, if you really think about it. But shout out to Mr. Underwood.
Yes. Also, for people who are not in the music scene, CCM is the Cincinnati Conservatory of Music,
Yes.
Which in the music world, working or attending a conservatory is actually like a very, very big thing, based on they have it's very like one of those very upper echelon, or that's the kind of I guess kind of title it is kind of,
Yeah.
Especially in the US, because in the Western Europe, there was many conservatories, and that's where the old people, they went and got their, music classical training. So conservatories have that kind of, we're here, this is like where the best of the best will be. And so for Mr. Underwood's title being there is such a big thing, as not only as a oboist, but as a Black oboist as well, because
And just a Black musician.
and a Black musician in general, because number one, conservatories, yes, they still have to deal with racism, and everything of that sort. So the fact that he is there, and I know for a fact he's going to make some changes to now open the door for more people who look like me, who look like Lauren, and any kind of BIPOC musician to really be in there and to finally take reins where we deserve to be. So
yeah,
major congratulations to him.
Yeah, absolutely. Pulling these people and putting, ourselves in those positions allows others who are younger than us to see us and go, oh, that's someone, they're doing what I want to, and that's exactly what you want to happen. It inspires the next generation. So we want that to happen. We want it to happen. So I'm super excited to see all the collaboration. I'm sure that's going to happen with him at CCM and all the amazing things that he's going to do while he's there on staff. And so that's been a wonderful thing. This country seems like we're getting back to a point where, more places are opening up more. Kind of in the South, it's already been open for since the pandemic. But anyway, overall, it seems like, places are now more comfortable.
Okay, this is so random, but it's on topic. I literally was on YouTube, as I do. People who know me know I'm always on YouTube. And I was watching a vlog, and this girl, I forget what city, but it wasn't in the South. And they went to dinner or to Waffle House, and it was like, we're not doing in-person seating. And they went to another place and it was like, the dining room isn't open. I've been in the South, every freaking dining room is open, okay? Every dining room
full.
It is Waffle House.
Full, even longer waiting times.
Okay, Olive Garden. Yeah, I tried to get Olive Garden delivered. It told me I had to go ahead and register for a 7 o'clock. Mind you, it was 4:50. And it was like, we cannot serve you until 7 o'clock.
There's a lot of places and people who believe it don't exist, or they act like it don't exist. And that leads into this whole thing is yes, vaccinations are coming out. It is your duty to go get a vaccination so we can get back to normal life as soon as possible. These two have already gotten theirs. I'm already scheduled for mine now that I can be in Georgia and wait in Georgia and not have to go back up to Michigan. So we're all doing our part. Another part of that is you still have to wear your mask.
That's a part of it.
Everybody still wear your mask. Even if the mask mandates are lifted, don't be like, oh, if someone tells you to jump off a bridge, are you going to do it? I might do it with a bungee cord, but I'm going to be safe. That's a mask for the disease. It's your bungee cord. Now you don't fall.
The main thing is if you still, for me, I'm yeah, certain situations, just being around other people, I'm yeah, I'm going to still keep that mask on. I know for myself, I have my vaccination, so the likelihood of me getting it is a lot lower. That's why we get the vaccines. But also there's still the chances of being able to get it. So for me, it's the just making sure when I'm out in public in really compacted spaces, I'm going to still wear mine. Now, you know, the CDC has now said if you're outside, you're away from everyone, it is very okay for you to, when you're, you know, vaccinated, you can have your mask off. That is completely fine. It makes me comfortable to be outside, breathing open air, away from people. And you know what? We can't tell you what to do with your bodies. You know, if you are a person who you're just like, I don't really believe it does anything. You know, I challenge you to not think about yourself when you're thinking about these things, but think about the other people who you could affect by not doing what you're supposed to do, which we have already seen what happens when restrictions are lifted too early, when people don't care, cases are still going up. Don't forget that. You know, it's about thinking about the other people who are affected by little things that we do. And, you know, one is 10, is 100, is 1,000, is 1,000,000. You have to think about that. Like what we do impacts like more people. I was just talking to someone who they said they had a group of friends who they went all the way through quarantine together. No one got it, right? Perfectly fine. One of the friends went to see another friend outside of their pod group who they thought would have been safe. That person they went and saw outside of the pod group was not being safe. Turns out that person who saw the person outside of the pod group then comes back with COVID, gives it to everybody in the pod. And guess what they do? They go home and take it to all their family members. That's how it happens. That's how it's just that one little meeting. Oh, we're just going to go grab coffee somewhere. That's it. That's all it takes.
I'll say a little story. I got one of my friends got called to play a gig at a funeral. It's a sad occasion. The gig was to play just like this, I think some hymns or whatever. And he was asking about the protocols. And they're like, you know, I think she died of COVID, but we ain't gonna do all that mask stuff or anything. So, you know, just come and play. You ain't gotta wear a mask if you don't want to and all that stuff. And I was like, and I was like, you better wear that mask. You better triple layer that mask. And I was like, if I had to take that gig, I would be extremely far away because trumpet can't project. Praise Jesus, we got a bell. And I'll be wearing some mask. I know there's some churches. I like told when I was coming down to Georgia for the summer. I was like, hey, I'm back in town. I'll come and play, all this other stuff. They're like, do you have a bell covering? Like, it's some people take this stuff seriously, which I appreciate. I hate playing with a bell cover and a mask, but I will do it if it means the safety of others and if it makes them feel more safe. That's the thing. We want to put out into the world what we want to give back, and we want to put out good vibes and feeling safe. Then always be mindful of the people around you.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, you know, these crazy people who, you know, choose to politicize, you know, situations like Tucker Carlson. Yeah, I don't think my first instinct seeing a child wearing a mask would be to call Child Protective Services, because that's insane. That's just insane. Parents, first of all, mind your business is what I want to say. You don't know what that kid's immune system could be, what the family members of that child. Imagine a child is wearing that mask because they have a sibling with a compromised immune system that if they give it to them, there is a 75% chance that child could die. If I were a parent, yeah, my kid's gonna be wearing a mask. Like it's just completely insane how people have turned this situation into something that's about politics. It's about science, it's health, it's safety, it's humanity. That's it, period. So it's just, you know, thankfully, I hope that most of Americans are smart enough to understand that wearing a mask is way more than just me being like, oh, it's because some people are like, oh, it's a muzzle. It's politics. It's all it is. No, you're stupid. No, this is you. You have one layer to yourself. This is me. I am a beefy 7-layer burrito, Taco Bell. Okay. I have layers. So do not think that you see me wearing a mask and you're just going to categorize me into one thing. You never know what is going on in someone else's life and who they are protecting by wearing their mask.
All I'm going to say is, you come near my child.
Ooh.
That's your mind. Just know that. Because number one, What I choose to do with my child is my business.
My child. Emphasis on my child.
Okay, you can do whatever you want to do with your children, and if your children is unsafe, then my child will not be with your children.
Won't
But
be
guess
me.
what? That is your right to do over there. Stay over
Mm-hmm.
here. Don't bring it to me. And if you walk up to my child and call Child Protective Services and this and that, oh yeah, just know you might not be leaving this area. Just
It's
know
over.
that.
It's OD. So,
Uh,
I mean,
but this
Oh
whole
no.
making it a political statement. First of all, I'm just like, you must not have anything else to do at your job besides make an issue that is purely about human survival. You have nothing else to talk about. Okay. Woo, 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 woo.
we know why that channel's going. Those ratings are going just down, 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 down. It's just becoming less. It's just becoming less relevant to what's really going on in the world. It's just become a whole just slew of random, nothing backed up, nothing real. It's just all crazy opinions that really don't matter in the slightest. But you know what? Bless you. Have a good day. Don't come near me. We're done. But anyway, so it's just nice to, be getting back to that point. Like here in New Mexico, our movie theaters are open and I'm going to see a movie tonight. That's insane. I haven't seen a movie in like over a year. I don't even know the last movie I saw, but just the idea of being in a theater and like it's super social distance, which is amazing, but they're like, you have to wear your mask, all these things, but it's just this feeling of like returning to normalcy that I'm just like maybe, with time over the summer, hopefully things will get a little bit better too. And then hopefully in the fall with classes and everything there, it's already looking hopeful that we can play without our mask if we're vaccinated and everything. So we'll see. I'm optimistic.
Lauren, do you want to pay $20 for a popcorn? $20 for a popcorn?
I missed that popcorn. I missed that expensive popcorn.
It's the experience. And also, movie theater popcorn be some of the best popcorn.
Max.
The thing. Nothing beats and the nachos with the jalapeno.
Now that might get me there, but that just the regular old popcorn.
I would love that popcorn.
Look, whenever I go to the movie theater, just know that my ticket's going to be at least a good $80 because I'm getting a popcorn, large, buttered. I'm getting nachos with good old jalapenos. I'm gonna get me some Mike and Ike's. I'm gonna get me some Skittles. I'm gonna get some Raisinets, a large Sprite.
See, you bring everything else but the popcorn and the nachos in with you, and then it just turns from $80 to like $30.
But see, here's the thing. I haven't been to a movie theater since Avengers, the last Avengers. Do you know how long ago that was?
That was like even before.
I don't really like going to movies. I think the last one I went to was Endgame, which me and Lauren like ran out. We like walked out of because I was upset. I was mad. And then we like ran back in there. We're just like booking it because they had something at the, I don't know.
They always do. They always do.
Homie deserved to die. But anyways.
He did not. And on a better note, now Anthony cannot rebuttal. We have some great things coming up with our podcast, including the Summer Spotlight series.
Hold on. He just said I can't rebuttal the
he really
Summer
set it up.
He really just tried to cut me off. Okay.
Wait, no, that's pitch perfect. Cut off.
No. You know what? Our audience members knows never to cut me off. Okay. But now, like I was saying, so we have this new thing called the Summer Spotlight that we're gonna have for this summer, and I think all of you are gonna like it. So I'm gonna hand it to.
Ooh. And now we being petty today.
Yeah, I was about to do the real Christian thing. I was about to say I'm giving it to my lovely co-host Michael, and he's gonna explain it a little bit more for you all.
I will be Michael.
Well, thank you, Anthony. And also, just if you're watching this on YouTube, you just got a little insight to what our group chats look like, because when we be petty, we just turn off our camera.
Messy.
And it's actually amazing. But the Summer Spotlight series, so I had this wild idea one day about featuring young artists that have gotten like chosen for DMA candidates that are prize positions, earn new faculty positions, composing great music, singing amazing. And we're going to have guests like Viet Quang, Shiree Williams, Jasmine Habersham, Rebecca Daniels, Hannah Rudy, and Emily Ang. Did I pronounce that right?
I believe so. We can ask her when she's here.
I was like, say, go reading skills. I'm learning slowly but surely. But we just wanted to shine a spotlight on the young people making it in our field, for people who are in college and in high school, show that you can do it as long as you put in the work. And that is our message at like the end of the day every time, is like, you don't have to be 57 years old to finally make it onto a college faculty. You don't have to be 57 years old to finally make it into a symphony orchestra. If you work hard and you do everything you're supposed to and be disciplined, you can make it as early as you want to make it.
And I think the main thing that what our audience members should and will get out of the Summer Spotlight series is that the way that the music field is going is we're pushing it to the youth, which technically, you know, that's us. That's where the place is, because guess what? The youth is our future. And so in order to keep these organizations like orchestras around, we have to have young people in the ranks of it. And we have to have people who want young people in the concerts, who are actually partaking in classical music, who want to continue it, because that's how it's going to survive, you know? And so I think highlighting these amazing young professional musicians shows, okay, they are out there, and we should, you know, continue to showcase them so that other people are able to see and go, wow, they're super young and they're able to be in that position already. That can be something that I can do. And so I'm excited to, you know, we're going to have some people back, hopefully, who we've had on before, some new faces to talk to and highlight. And I think it'll just be a good time.
Yeah, and even these people, for me, are very inspirational, just to see some of their journeys. Some of them I know since I was like in middle school. One of them I kind of knew in elementary school. So to see some of these people just kind of blossom, and they're in these spots that I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be amazing. How did you get there? So it's always been like a question. So I'm so glad that it is now becoming somewhere more of a younger scene, because I know growing up for majority of us, all we saw was old white people in these positions. Fact. That's it. So it is very, very nice to see a diverse group of young people now in these positions and doing fantastic at it. So I can't wait for it to happen.
In fact, our second season is going to be fire, and it is going to be amazing because of y'all. And I want you to reach out with every possible topic, any possible guest. Like we will go to the ends of the. We had to search the 20th page of a Google website to find someone's email. Trust us. Like, we will find whatever guest you want. We will talk about any book that is under 100 pages. We will talk about
100 pages. So some of us can read well. So
I don't. So 100 and less, if you want me to talk about it, or not, I'll just do this while during the episode.
You know, I can't wait until.
You can't wait till I have to write 100 pages, because that ain't happening.
No, I can't wait.
67 pages of music, like little examples, and then 25 pages of words.
I'm so looking forward to a possible dissertation from you. I can't.
Oh, it's gonna be fantastic.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for season 2. I think we have grown from what we used to be as a podcast and what we initially thought how we were going to do things, and we've kind of transformed. And I think we've transformed more into what we like, who we actually are. And I'm proud of us for that, because it took some time. You know, it's a whole new thing. I think that was new to us. None of us have been doing, you know, podcasts or radio, anything for 10 plus years. And so I'm just excited to see where season 2 takes us and the people that we're going to have join us on the journey. And so yeah, I'm very excited to see just what comes out of this next season, the possibilities of projects as well coming up. Conferences have been kind of like not a thing for the past year besides online, but I mean, that's not why people do conferences. You go to conferences to see people you haven't seen in a while and to go to all the booths and all the presentations and all the things. And so it's so great to know that we're getting to a point where we're able to do live conferences again, and hopefully, maybe crossing our fingers, we will be able to present at one or two conferences in the next year or so. So, look out for us, out actually in the world now that we're going to be a little bit more done with this online stuff very soon. So that'll be a really fun thing to kind of branch out into live settings with it.
Yeah. I really hope, because I think it'd be great. I'm so glad that things are opening up, because one thing that I have missed so much from last year, there was no Midwest. Yay. Like for us, Midwest was like that one thing we always look forward to. December, being in Chicago, doing like all the pretty lights and the weather, the food, also seeing great performances, great sessions, getting to see people we normally won't see on a daily basis because we're from Georgia, but they might be from like California or Texas. So it is just so good to be back. So as of right now, we're all going to be at Midwest. So please, 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 if you see us walking down the way, come up and say hello, because we'll love to just talk with you. Look, maybe have a whole interview right at Midwest. Who knows? So we can do that.
Who knows? Now, I think we talked about everything for our wrap up and tell all. I have a last little question for my co-host. What is the one summer activity you cannot wait to start?
Ooh, summer activity.
When you say summer activity,
anything you like to do during the summer that you don't do during the school year?
Travel, vacation.
Cruises.
Oh, I can't wait to just chill.
Cruises.
And relax.
Anything that gets me away from the idea of school. Not that I don't like school, I do love education, but I need about 3 months during the summer where I can almost do
a cruise
and just turn off.
Anthony, we heard a cruise.
Great. I just want everybody to know. So if y'all ever want to send me anything, I'll take the little Carnival gift cards. You can go to your local Kroger, Walmart. They have the little Carnival gift cards. I would love to receive.
You could donate it to Relative Pitch, and we can take a trip and do a trip review.
Relative Pitch does.
Let's get into the gig of a cruise review. Oh my gosh.
Because they have live music on cruises.
You do. And I know some of the entertainment staff.
Yeah. And you can meet some interesting people.
Who knows? After this past year, I've seen literally nothing go into something. So who knows what will be a year from now? I'm very excited, honestly. But I mean, I am just so happy. I'm thankful to all the people who have supported us on this journey, from just people who have tuned in, people who have given us suggestions and topic ideas, and for tuning in on the book club series, all of our normal episodes, all of our guest interviews. Like, truly, we are here to connect with you guys, and it's more rewarding when we can tell people like, oh my gosh, like that episode, like I really enjoyed that guest. And that's all we have them. We love talking to people and getting people to join us and have these conversations, because they're important conversations. And so we just really hope that you guys are enjoying it, and that you will continue to come on this journey with us. Bring a friend for season 2. We absolutely love the idea of anyone just going around saying, hey, check out this podcast. These 3 kids, they're crazy, but sometimes they talk about really cool things. It's true, but it's very true. But, just keep up with us throughout the summer with this new series. Let us know any suggestions you have for season 2. And we're excited to go on the next step of this journey.
Alrighty. Well, so good, so good, so good having this last little episode. And please remember, Summer Spotlight series is coming to a location near you. So please be ready for that, okay? But we want to thank y'all from the bottom of our hearts for listening, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
All right. Bye, guys.